People, what's up? I'm back. Now, today is a very special YouTube video. No, it's not going to be my NBA series. I have two more videos left before the NBA series is officially over. And then I move on to hockey and other great video projects here on YouTube. Today is that highly anticipated YouTube video that you've been dying for a long bloody time. Sex on Halloween night. Woo! The nature boy! Yeah, I just get happy like that sometimes. Lots of energy. Perhaps too much energy. Now, when we get to the month of October, it is a special month. It is a month where people don't have to be themselves. You know that old facial expression, just be yourself and the girl will accept you for who you are? And you used to, under your breath, bullshit. Or you used to do this when you was in high school, bullshit. Well, Halloween, you don't have to be yourself. You could be whatever you want to be on Halloween. A lot of guys want to be Batman, Superman, The Flash, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, Captain Shazam. A lot of guys want to be Captain America, Steve Rogers, Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, Iron Man, War Machine, the Incredible Hulk, Thor, Wolverine, Spider-Man. You name the superhero, they dress up as that superhero for Halloween. There are guys that'll dress up as Spawn, Blade. There are some guys that love Dragon Ball Z, and you will catch some guys dressing up as Goku, Vegeta, Future Trunks, Gohan, Majin Buu, Frieza, Cell, Bills, you name it, they'll dress up as those characters for Halloween. And the same thing goes for the females. The ladies will dress up as Catwoman from DC Comics, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy. If it's Marvel Comics, the Black Widow, the Black Cat, She-Hulk, Elektra, Storm, Rogue, Phoenix, Emma Frost, and the names, they just go on and on. Or if they want to be creative, they'll dress up as the girl from Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead, television shows like that. Or they'll dress up as Sailor Moon, as strange as that sounds. There are some girls that are dressed up as Sailor Moon or a Pokemon. Now, Halloween, sex on Halloween night is a nice way of saying the freaks come out of night. Now, in my old YouTube videos, I said that when it gets to Halloween, that's a nice thing that we call a slut pass. Now, what is a slut pass, you ask? A slut pass is where a guy doesn't take it personal that a girl dresses like a slut. Too much lipstick on the face, too much makeup, lots of tattoos, body piercings, wearing short skirts, not wearing any panties or any bra. It's called a slut pass. You ever heard the movie called Hall Pass, where the wives give the husband a 7-day pass to mess around, and then when 7 days is over, you got to go back to being faithful to your wife, no cheating, no adultery? Well, a slut pass is the same thing. The only difference is a slut pass only lasts maybe a day prior to Halloween and Halloween. So it's like a 2-day pass. The girl gets 2 days to be a slut, and the man cannot bitch and complain about it. Because the man, for the most part, he gets exactly what he wants. And this is where you see girls dress up as cheerleaders, porn stars, strippers, hookers, characters from horror movies. They'll dress up as vampires, werewolves, witches, you name it, they'll do it. And guys go to the nightclubs and the bars and they hit on the girls, and the girls do the same thing. Now, this is the one time in history that a girl can be a slut, and there will be absolutely very little to no backlash or shaming of being a slut. Now, I know there's those slut walks, but the difference between a slut walk and being a slut on Halloween, they sound so much the same, but they're actually different. A slut walk is where a girl is confessing that she's a slut and that society should accept it. Being a slut on Halloween is because it's Halloween. That's the difference. I know they're gonna sound the same, but they're different. Now, the girls from the ages of 18 to 29 years old, they're gonna dress up like their favorite characters from their movies and television shows and come out to play, trick or treating for candy and for sex, of course. Now, yes, your game gotta be on point. You know, you still gotta be masculine, still gotta be a man. So that's not gonna change. But the guys who complain about girls being sluts are usually guys who have never had sex with women in their entire life. Guys that have always been rejected in junior high, high school, college, never been kissed by a girl, never touched a girl's hand. Those guys are the ones that are gonna be calling girls sluts. And they could be your best friend. They could be someone you went to school with. It could be a coworker. And then the guys who don't have a problem with it are guys who have experienced this their whole entire life. That'll be alpha males. Because alpha males don't be looking like, oh my God, the girl's a whore. I mean, do you want to get laid or you want to spend the next 10 to 15 years complaining that you can't get laid? So you got to take that in mind. Now, what makes having sex on Halloween night so special is that you don't get to be yourself. You could be Spider-Man getting it on with Harley Quinn. Now, I know that's like a weird mix, but yeah. You could be the Incredible Hulk getting it on with Wonder Woman. You could be Superman messing with Sailor Moon. You could be Goku messing with what's that that lady's name? You could be Goku messing with the Black Kachari. I know all of these are some weird things. They have what they call costume ball parties, where everyone dresses up in a Halloween costume. They go to this big party that lasts 3 hours, lots of music, food and water and contests and money and prizes. And in that contest, sex takes place. Usually, one couple's kissing, another couple is, well, I'm not going to describe it because it would ruin the surprise. And they do that, and they go in this private room, and God knows what happens in that private room. You know, but they're very expensive costume balls to get into. Usually, you got to have a membership. You got to know at least 5 people, and you gotta at least have anywhere between, I say, close to $1,000 for you to even attempt this. Now, you don't have to go to a costume ball party to get your freak on. You can go to the nightclubs. You can go to the bars. When I celebrate Halloween, I go to the golf club. And I'm not afraid to shame. When I go to the golf club, the dark side of me comes out. You know, I'm going to be looking at girls with short mini skirts, tight ass cheeks, breasts, you name it. That's when I am one freaky son of a bitch. That's when the freak in me comes out. Woo! The nature boy! He's ready to play! Yeah, I get too excited. I know it's over the top. I know some of y'all might fall out of your chair, spit your Coca-Cola out, and go, what the hell this man just damn said? Let me rewind this shit back. Didn't this man just say the nature boy? What is the nature boy? You could be Ric Flair the nature boy, a professional wrestler for Halloween, and you could be trying to mess with a Playboy supermodel. You could be a football player, pretend you're from the Oakland Raiders or the Dallas Cowboys or the New England Patriots talking to a cheerleader. You can pretend you're a police officer, firefighter, etc. Now, let's talk about what happens when you have sex on Halloween night. Now, there is a rule that they will never tell you this. When it comes to sex on Halloween night, there are no rules. People have sex in cars, trucks, they're having sex at the park, they're having sex in the middle of the street. I know you might find it hard to believe. They do it. If there's a dumpster, they're getting it on in the dumpster. I know it's sick. There are people having sex in the restroom. And if there's a rooftop on top of a building, they'll have sex at the top of a rooftop. If you having a Halloween party in high school or college, don't be surprised or shocked if you walk by the football bleachers and you see 2 people getting it on in the middle of the football field. It happens. I've heard stories of it. You could even go as far as to have sex in the classroom. There are people who go into the janitor's closet and screw in the janitor's closet because they don't want to get caught by the janitor. And the janitor be blazed like a son of a bitch. The janitor be hitting that strong ass weed and be distracted, not even paying attention to the fact that two people snuck into the janitor's closet and started screwing. There are people who will go find them what you gonna call it? They will go find them some shaft or something that they can lock the door, and they be screwing there too. And then you got people that will get on a table and they'll screw on the table. And usually this happens a lot in the horror movies. They go to this abandoned warehouse in the middle of nowhere. They know they ain't got no business being there, but because they're young and they're teenagers, they want to have fun. There are guys that will take the alcohol and, you know, use your imagination. I'm not going to say it, but they'll do that. They'll even go as far as to take cocaine and, well, again, use your imagination. Then you have the guys who like to, I don't know, for whatever reason, take out a cell phone and record the shit, but usually that lands you a ticket in jail in the court. So I recommend you don't do that shit. No. Yeah, I recommend you don't do that. That's not good. But you got some perverts that are like that. Then you got the girls that are so super freaky that the girls will kiss other girls in celebration of Halloween. And guys will take out dollar bills and throw it to the girl. And then the girl starts stripping. So there's a strip tease on Halloween. You know, girl gets on top of a table. Somebody plays some loud ass music. Police come out. You know, you get them police come, all right, we LAPD. You know, LAPD be like, open up this motherfucker. What the hell y'all doing in there? It's 2:00 in the morning. Then you got some people who will break in to someone's house and have sex. And this is on Halloween. They'll do this shit. They will even break into someone's garage and get their freak on. I'm talking about the insanity levels that you can take this shit up to. Then, if you're a bold son of a bitch, there are guys that will take their girl onto an airplane. I'm talking about an empty airline airplane if he works at the airport, and just do it in the airplane. Now, you got to be bold to do that because, you know, there's police, there's Border Patrol police, there's night security, there's the janitor. And if they catch you doing that in the airplane, you know, you might get arrested, 30 hours of community service or some shit like that. There are people that like to have sex on top of fire trucks. Yes, you heard me. Fire trucks. There are people that are so perverted, they're willing to do it in a ambulance. And you might be like, but that's where people go to die. Yeah, I know. You got some freaky motherfuckers. They're everywhere. They're at your school. You don't even know it. You got some freaks at your job. You just don't know about it. You got some people that are your friends that know this stuff. And your friend will tell you, nah, this stuff don't go on at nighttime, dog. Knowing it does. You got friends that go to nightclubs as DJs for a living, and the same girl you be trying to mac to be the same freak that goes to the nightclubs 4 days in a row. And then you go on your social media page and you find out that's the same girl I was trying to mac to. But she'll never tell you that she a freak like that because she don't want to destroy the picture in your head of a nice little innocent little girl. See, that's when you go to Halloween parties and you run into a girl that you go to high school and college with and you find out she a freak. See, girls are funny like that. They'll convince you they're nice and innocent, and then you find out she a freak with it. And then, you're all distraught. You're all horrified like it's a horror movie. You be doing that, oh my gosh, she a slut. And those are the very same men, by the way, who don't get laid. All the guys that be going, she a whore, she a slut, she a skank. Those are the guys that go 5 years, 10 years, 15 years of hell because they can't get over the fact that the girl that they fell in love with is not perfect. Why the alpha male, you know, the guys who play basketball and football, baseball, soccer, and tennis, the guys that are bodybuilders, weightlifters, powerlifters, the guys that are athletes and entertainers, they don't go, oh my gosh, she's a whore. They accept it and they move on with their life. So that's why the girl goes after criminals and drug degenerates, because they're more accepting of her nature of being a slut. Why guys that were been raised to believe you should want a nice little innocent girl, problem with that is that's fantasy. You get girls dressing up like Minnie Mouse and being a freak with it. I'm telling you, they will do some stuff that will have you scratch your head at night. Sex on Halloween is a special night. That's the one time no man, for the most part, and I say for the most part, don't complain about a girl being a slut. Now, if Halloween's ended at 12 midnight and it's the very next day and she being a slut, then that's a different story for a different video. But we're talking about sex on Halloween night. The girl gonna be a freak with it. The girl's gonna do some stuff that's gonna blow your mind. She'll take a beer and use your imagination. I'm not gonna describe it. You just have to see it with your own two eyes. Because I don't want YouTube talking about, all right, kid, you telling way too much on the internet. I'm gonna have to shut this video and your channel down. So I can't be giving out all the information. I can only give out 54 to 60%. And the rest you got to find out all by yourself. And it don't matter what city, what state you go to, it happens a whole lot. Someone has a party, somebody throws a party, someone gives a party. It always happens where it's a girl you like and she a freak with it, and it breaks your heart that she a freak, that she a slut. And this is why I always say in all my other YouTube videos, you got to get past the fact that the girl's not perfect. Now, I'm not saying you should marry a slut. That's not what I'm saying. God bloody hell, no. No, no, no. I know that's exaggeration, but what I'm saying is, on Halloween night, you notice no man complains. Any other day, a man will complain about a woman being a slut. But when it comes to Halloween night, no one complains. You know why? Because they want to get laid. That's why. So if a man don't complain about her being a slut and she's smoking and she drinking and doing drugs, you know why he not saying nothing? Because he want to get laid. If your best friend say, oh, he just doing that because he want to get laid, you bet your right ass he does. Any guy who tells you, I'm not trying to get laid at a Halloween party, he bullshitting you. You don't go to Halloween parties unless you want to get laid. Yeah, there's the alcohol. Yeah, there's the drugs. Yeah, there's the movies and the entertainment. But that's not why you went to a Halloween party. You went with the intentions to get laid. That's why they call them Halloween parties, better known as sex on Halloween night. There are people that do some stuff that the very next day, they don't even remember that they did it. You might remember, but they don't. And they talk about this at the end of the year. Remember when Bob went down the street? Bob got kidnapped by Sharice and Gina and things of that nature. And then all of a sudden, Sharice takes her mask off and it's a white girl and she fat 300 pounds. But he don't remember that he don't remember that he made out with a 300-pound woman. Yeah, all types of crazy, wild stuff happens on Halloween. You can go to Las Vegas, same exact thing. Now that I've told you about that, Halloween will be coming up in a matter of days, and some of you will watch this video a second time, a third time, and a fourth time to try to catch the stuff that I said in the video. Now, I did say you have to be masculine. You still got to be a man. It still comes up at a Halloween party. What kind of car you have? Do you have a house? How much money you make at your job? That's still going to come up. So don't be thinking that because it's Halloween that you get a man pass and you get off easy. Now, you might get away with it if you get a girl that doesn't bring it up. You might get lucky. There are times where a girl doesn't bring it up at Halloween, but don't be surprised if it does come up in a conversation, because at some point you're going to have to answer. And you know what I said in my video, if it takes you too long to answer, she already know you ain't got no job, no house, and no car, no money. So yeah, I'm just putting in the video because I don't want no one to come to my channel and comment and say, you never said this in the video, Alexander. You need to do this video over again. So I'm telling you in this video. And a lot of stuff happens. You see younger guys dating older women. Yes, it happens on Halloween. I've seen it with my own two eyes. You see older men with younger women. You see guys messing with fat chicks. The same guys that say they don't like fat women be messing with fat women on Halloween. So you're going to find some guys that are very hypocritical. That happens too. So I hope you love this original content video. Until next time, peace.